iko kibara mfukanja wala nyinto ko banyun nimbara banyi membi
ala dula
e hako kabidi nyima baki je e bajela fota nyumo mekere transportation da sono ya because asinata gambe malisilang banyun bara ferry is not the solution. Anyway, Minister Ibrahim Silla, Minister for Works and Transport, atelo minister te memara ta doko la silo la ani loro la e kay nyina fa deputy bunkon ko banjun nimbara e kana bridge loji andun kodo me yal ko nyinda da pansla abe wala na ECOWAS e ka fu me ko ECOWAS corridor project wala nyinda bridge nyindo ko be da pansla PYFCTV ya sata nyame anda kam da doko nyina karam men kata la statisti
banjul bara bridge
some sort of going
the Barrow government of promises. Promise upon promise upon promise. The generational wealth.
When we look at this report, we've seen a gross misconduct, a broad-day display of public officers trying to extort or loot the country at the advantage. How can you operate a legal farm? You are fighting for them to close our legal farm so that you can be given the contract. It's illegal. It's conflict of interest. And it is not within your right to say that I'm going to be exonerated because for my view, it's not conflict of interest. That needs to be tested. People also cannot hide behind the law by setting aside a court order because of addressing some few people's individual interests. How can you be on vacation and try to set a court order without making studies to the previous decision, reviewing what has led them to actually put over their court order on the sales to protect them? You didn't do that, but because of obvious reason, you went and put that court order aside. And interestingly, there are more revelations that emanated, trying to connect you as a shareholder of particular property, allegedly, that you are a shareholder in that. So
that's buyer.
But I can assure you
Ave dula le, ave dula le, ave dula le.
Adopted, we are going to give it to the executive, and the president is up to the task. He said it, I am not a mother or father to anybody. Anybody who is found wanting, heads must roll. We are going to take care of every single recommendation, and everybody must be held to account. There is no cherry picking here. Anybody who has been adversely mentioned, whether they have recommended you or not, we are going to sit again and draft stronger recommendation for the executive to hold them account.
Ave dula le, ave dula le, ave
We
dula.
said a freezing order. The assets were being what? Frozen. A freezing order was passed. This freezing order was what? Lifted by a vacation judge. And that vacation judge is Justice Jacob. Interestingly, one of the companies that benefited from the Gambia assets have a shareholder by the name of Ibrahim Ajete, whose bio details are missing.
Eid Mubarak. Eid
The
Mubarak.
committee does not
To
have
all of you, Eid Mubarak.
Whether that Ibrahim
From
Ajete
Bolibanna to
is the
Kato.
talking about.
Eid
And what we
Mubarak.
are saying here is,
Right?
what
From
we are saying
Liberia,
here is,
Monrovia,
there are a lot of questions that
all
need
the
to be
way to
answered.
Kuala Lumpur. Eid Mubarak. Eid Mubarak.
I will not
Eid
debate
Mubarak to
on
everybody.
the question.
All of you, Eid Mubarak.
I want members to know that a lot of things happened to which we, the committee, do not have answers to.
You don't have answers?
A lot of things happened that we do not know. And if we do not tax the executive to go the extra mile, we will never know answers.
Who is the executive?
There is a company whose majority shareholder was the lead counsel. All the shareholders, their bio details are in the memorandum of association and the article, except one shareholder by the name of Ibrahim Ajete. And that name happens to be the name of an individual who is also, who serves as the vacation judge that set aside the freezing order which was passed. I'm not drawing conclusion, but what I'm saying here is, members, we are right to say that let us tax the executive to do a thorough investigation to know whether everything that was done was made to serve the interest of you.
Let us task the executive. The executive task you to do a report and come and do an intensive, detailed investigation. They gave you policemen. They gave you lawyers. They gave you accountants and auditors. They gave you resources. They gave you everything to investigate. And now the National Assembly Select Committee nominated member is saying they are also tasking. They are tasking the people who task them. Listen very well. Alila moide degulu lende. Degulu lende. Wana Chinese mi hala do de. Ko English mi hala do. Ngonga angale kana for alila moy. The executive task the Special Select Committee of the National Assembly to investigate thoroughly. At the end of the investigation, a nominated member of the Select Committee, I don't even know why, how must I look at Momuwarawa? I don't know why you should be a member of the committee and then you are coming to make a presentation. But anyway, a member of the Select Committee come back to the National Assembly and said they are tasking in turn the people who task them. The people who task them, they are tasking them. They are tasking the executive to thoroughly investigate. But the executive tasks them to thoroughly investigate. You know, this is just an introduction to the debate for the generational wealth. Eid Mubarak, tomorrow is Eid. After Eid, we are coming. You know the cattles? There was a court order. The court order gave the power to the sheriff to value and sell. The sheriff valued and sell in his own way. I don't know much about that. They gave a detailed report. They were doing some arithmetic, mathematics. They were pretending that all the cattle are more important than the land. The land is the generational wealth. Sufbi, banku mungo, walam generational wealth. Alila moy. When we say generational wealth, we're talking about the banku mungo. But they spend a whole lot of time analyzing the sheriff, put him there, hours and hours and hours of interrogation on cattle. Niso tata mintole, niso keta mintole, niso keta tenne, for just $10 million. The sheriff sells. The court order gave the power to the sheriff to value and sell. The National Assembly spent months, 2 months, talking about cattle. They cannot even tell you, the chairman said they cannot say they had a tip about somebody in the government, or Hamad Ba bought cows, but they don't know, they have no clue where to find the cows, even all the time they spend on the cows. Then the vehicles, yeah, the tractors, there were 2. We did a sales in July, we left, they did the second sales in October. We only sell 43 tractors, 43 vehicles, 10.5 million, but I'm not going into that details. One day, when people get into this, you know. Then there was the second sale. The first sale, they said, was organized and transparent. It follows all the laws. We were given a court order. A commission order is a high court order. We followed the court order to the letter. You know what they came? They said, they're not even sure whether there is money laundering. We followed the court order. Then they said, the people who sell 95% of the vehicles, the assembly brought a report, they cannot even give you shashi number. Bro, shashi number, everything shashi number, the report is there. You can go to my page, you will see it. And then you can, in the National Assembly, you can go over the videos, you will see. We supply them all the shashi number. But the second sales, which sold 95% of the vehicles, no shashi number. The committee made a report, no shashi number. Go. Atolka Rolls Royce le wafi, albuka shashi number di. You sell Rolls Royce, no shashi number. The committee come back. there was a presentation by the Vehicle Control Unit from the Office of the President before the National Assembly Select Committee to say that there were Rolls Royces that were, I don't know what they did with them, but they don't report them. I don't even see any Rolls Royce in the report. The NPP National Assembly Select Committee. I call them NPP National Assembly Select Committee for a reason. They know. But we will come back to that report in details on another day. Like I tell, today is just a summary, a brief summary. No chassis number. You bring a vehicle report. You don't give me chassis number. So how about if we want to go and get our Rolls Royce back? How do we get it? You don't give me chassis number. They are reporting. Gayange report, vehicle report, come Kobo Bulaka la nyo jai. Kobo Bulaka monga de muna jai do am chassis number. There is nowhere in this world where you will give me a vehicle report without a chassis number. What is the National Assembly Select Committee up to? While fighting as a detail, after gala demonstration, the Assembly was tasked to do a detailed investigative report. They come back and said they are also tasking the government to do a detailed investigative report. Cat and mouse game, Barrow government, cat and mouse game. Today, they are talking about Japanese rice. I will talk about Japanese rice another day, all the investigations in the Jane Commission. Some of the people who appeared in the Jane Commission about the Japanese rice, today they are #1 advisors of the Barrow government. I will come there one after the Ramadan, after Korite, Nisalo Banda, Yamwe. And then there are the airplanes, the aeroplanes, the jet, including a jet fighter that was not recorded by the Jane Commission. The planes that were sold by Amadou Sane, under Amadou Sane, or the Minister of Finance, the committee said they confirm it, they have seen the money. It is in the commission account. 240,000 United States dollars. Plenol Meyalonko isa iwafita Mamburenjai under Mamburenjai at the Minister of Finance. They don't see the money. 500,000 United States dollars. They don't see the money. The National Assembly Select Committee say they don't see the money. Koy man ko doje gaay ñu ne gisuñ xaalis bi. $500,000. Mom lañ jaay ñaari plane how much naka when Mamburenjai was at the Minister of Finance. Waaye bu gaay jaay bu Amadou Sane bu mu fa nekkoon bu gaay jaay boobu gis nañ xaalis bi mu dem na si commission account bi account boo xam ne man maa ko ubbi and the signatory is the Accountant General. The Accountant General is the signatory. When I tell you the commission open it, we open it but we cannot withdraw it. The Accountant General is the signatory. They have seen the money that was made when Amadou Sane was there. They haven't seen the money, $500,000 that was made on the planes, aeroplanes when Mamburenjai was there. Wow, Hana Mambure ak Barrow ñomuna answer lolu. We will not forget generational wealth. $500,000 is still missing on aeroplanes. And then there was another $150,000. Boo xam ne jet fighter bi moom lañ ko jaayee dama ko rusa wax sax I see jet fighters. Are you thinking about jet fighters? Are you not watching the Iran, Iraq, what is happening? Right? Everything is about land. All the wars in the world now is about land. We are not having a war. We are having a debate about our land. That's why we call it generational wealth. Barrow dafa foog ne yafi suuf dafay dem. Dañ ko fàtte. Even after Barrow is gone, we will keep talking about this until the next government. May God give us long life. Inshallah. Barrow don't understand generational wealth. When we say generational wealth, they don't understand. They think that the National Select Assembly Committee guy ñu bluff ñu wax li nga dem. No, bro. Am na ñoo xam ne dañoo dem TV radio di joxe interview yow read lo benn page sax nga ne da ngay analyse. Alkano ke waay tubaab karanding la alo bula waay. tubaw karandi ke baba kata si media to be ko be report le analyze la report o me alon ko ite fanga yalon ne ko imo karan. That's not honest. That's not integrity. You have to read your reports before you analyze it. You have to know what they say about the cattle. What is the history? You cannot analyze the National Assembly Select Committee report without talking about the history. You need to go back to the Janet Commission report. You need to know the history about the cattle. You need to know the history about the tractors. You need to know that the tractors are different from the vehicles. Tractors about 500, the vehicles about 400 or so vehicles, or 500 vehicles. The vehicles also, you have to class them into luxury vehicles and normal vehicles. You need to know about the aeroplanes, the history. You need to know history, financial history, transactionary history. Then you come to the National Assembly report. Then you watch how can you read the National Assembly report? You set the proceedings. You didn't watch the proceedings. How can you analyze the report correctly and efficiently without reading the proceedings? Go back to the videos and watch them, bro. That's what you should do, to be honest. Otherwise, you are not honest. If you do not read the report and you want to talk about it, you're not honest. If you read the report and you did not watch the proceedings, there is still a problem. If you read the report, you watch the proceedings, but you did not know anything about Janet Commission, you need to know and learn history. It's a problem. So these are the problems we're having in this country. The Barrow government, the National Assembly Select Committee. Well, history will judge, but we are part of the history and we will keep talking for a long time to come. For today, tey mom biwon natale drong just ka kamol kontong kal introduce generational wealth, right? Hello reporter, you can read different ways. The first ni adile ka flip in 10 minutes or 1 hour. You go through everything. Then you know chapter by chapter. Then you know paragraph by paragraph. Then you know line by line. Reporter man financial report man ke onyamade. Atoli me financial report ikanale do flip ya read come a novel, like a novel. Every statement you have to make references. You have to go back to the Janet Commission. You have to go back to Swandi's report. You have to make some research for you to make a meaning out of a paragraph. This is not a novelty, Me along go ba mutal ro ya jibera ya nga Janet Commission nga National Select Committee report of Kurang. But they said that the finance minister with the syndicator did not give them what information they need about the plane in Germany. Could not tell them, syndicator could not tell them where the $500,000 that Mamburenjai sold under Mamburenjai's, while Mamburenjai was in charge of the ministry. $500,000 me wafita je, ofana syndicator ma clear, Atavane me transaction o menke 2023 jet fighter, mo ofan clear, sako Mambure make. Yeah? But the report cleared Amadou Sane that the money that was collected by the finance ministry under Amadou Sane has been deposited in the commission account. That commission account was opened by the commissioners. The commissioners made an order to open an account. And of course, the commissioners, when they say order, is a high court order. They gave me the order. I went to Central Bank to open the account, and the signatory was the accountant general. All the monies that the commission received went into that account. They said the plane that was paid also went there. They don't see the $500,000. They don't say it. But the select committee, their financial analysis is so rudimentary. It's very, very limited financial analysis. After the Ramadan, we will come back here and we will go chapter by chapter, paragraph by paragraph. Abe dula nyinte kelawo nyamade generational wealth. But the mistake the National Assembly made, when you come to the assembly, after you submit a report, you should just calm down. You should just go and sit down and let the other members of the National Assembly make their points. How can you write a report? You are part of the committee, and then you come to the National Assembly, and then you want to be the guy speaking. He said competent. They don't even know the meaning of competent. In their report, they said that the sales that was conducted in phase 1, they didn't mention Mamadi, but everybody know that was Mamadi. They refused to mention my name. Anywhere they can refuse, they can avoid it, they avoid my name. Muneketa, everybody Gambia boy. Nyumbangkunding, hasidi amembe mbangkunding kante buka understand fang boy. The sales that was made under Mamadi was organized and transparent. Well, when I left, when the secretaryship was hijacked, the secretary that replaced me, she had no mandate. She was not sworn in. She complained that her responsibility and her roles were hijacked. Abedulal de. Suntewato sita. Abedulal, Eid Mubarak. We will be back after the Ramadan. We will be back. Bye, Sonko. Boy, this is just an introduction. I couldn't take your call. My battery is also going down. Inshallah, Abedullah, I do. Generational wealth, Adama, is a 100-year battle. We want to take those lands again and build houses for people in Bakau, people in Serakunda, people in Bondong. Build house for them. That's why we need those lands. That is why we need the lands. You think we're talking about the lands just like Tiakoma, generational wealth? You still don't know the meaning of generational wealth. NPP on the Barrow. We have not started yet. Today I am giving you what is called the intro, not even the introduction, the forward. The introduction will come after Ramadan. Abedullah alsamade nuna lene njarama mi salmina wa fop Eid Mubarak nyamina ha fuladu ha base mi salmina wa fop. Me wish you all of you in Eid Mubarak boy. Ko mamadi woni do. Eid Mubarak from Bakau, okay? Thank you everybody. Abedullah sunte wado sita Abedullah salo dia man jerelen Jeff nuna len man. Why dina tanga de mom gaay na ñom dañ fogg ne suñ ne generational wealth da nga wara ñew rek wax li you know just tuti rek nga faté ko. Like Gambians forget. They always say Gambians forget after few months. No, for 8 years we've been talking about this. We will talk about it for another 80 years. Gambians will talk about it. Even when we are gone, we will make sure that people will talk about their lands and their properties after 80 years. You never meet people like us. Welcome. Gambians forget. You forget. Not Gambians forget. Forget. I'll forget. NPP, I'll pretend that you are forgetting. We are just starting. The National Assembly Select Committee, we are just starting. Ñu ngay choga commencé. Muselbe jarama mi salminama nuyu na len jere len jef. I do abe dula de. Thank you man. Thank you.